before I ever thought about writing a book, I first fell in love with reading. Welcome back to Morgan's Writing Tips and Writerly Musings with writing tips from the pros and, of course, my own Writerly Musings. I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood, and today I'm here with First You Read, Then You Write. So I'm just going to share my story. With a librarian mother and a science fiction fantasy fan, and now writer as a father, it was probably inevitable that I would grow up to love books. Some kids rebel while others struggle to learn to read, but I don't blame them. But for me, always loved them, especially fantasy. My first time at a zoo, I didn't know what a horse was, so I was convinced I was seeing unicorns. I devoured piles upon piles of books and filled blank books with fairy tales. I had a pen name picked out by fourth grade. I also got caught reading three different books during the same lesson by that same teacher, although the third one was probably more for the humor of the situation than like actually reading it. I got sentenced to clean out my desk and locker and ended up returning, oh, 7 books to the school library that day. I carried giant hardbound books to high school containing trilogies, um, where I broke the spine after rereading it too many times. I eventually replaced that copy of my mom's Last Herald Mage trilogy. Once I hit college, I read less, socialized more, and had all of that schoolwork, of course. But after graduation, I started reading again. When I started writing, though, I stopped reading. I was trying to make my own words, and that consumed my downtime. But after a couple of years of that, I found my way back to books. I go through different phases. Some months I'm more into writing or watching TikToks, and others are more into reading. Part of why NaNoWriMo was so hard on me this year is because I've never had a reading binge hit during NaNoWriMo before. So, why do I read? Well, I love new worlds and new characters. I love reading about people struggling to achieve their goals and then realizing what they ended up with was even better than they'd hoped for. I love rereading favorite books, like revisiting old friends and getting to see them become the people they were always meant to be again and again. I also escape into books. They distract me when I'm stressed. They give me that dopamine fix with most books following the traditional three act structure. My brain knows the patterns and the expectations. They can be comfort food, midnight snacks, or exciting new cuisine. I know that some writers and some teachers struggle to read for fun. Their editor brain kicks in, or they start analyzing the language and they struggle to enjoy the story. Me? I know I'm lucky. I can choose to slow down and pay attention to how a story is written. But my love of reading comes from wanting to know the characters and an irresistible urge to know what happens next. I hope that my love of reading never ends and that turning on my analytical side always takes more effort than letting my wonder pull me through the story. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below. Do you love reading? Have you fallen away from it? What are your favorite books? Let me know. And as always, I'll be back again next week with more writing tips and writerly musings. Bye bye.